What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Pumaplow. Welcome back to another Plains and Simple episode number 7, which is really number 8, but number 7, but it's really number 8. You know what I mean, right? All right, so this, I believe, is going to be the first video that I remember here in a second, I believe. It's been like 2 weeks since I've recorded this to do the voiceover, but I do appreciate you guys clicking on the Plains and Simple. How's it going? Welcome, man. Yes, I remembered to turn the hazard lights off. finally remember to turn the hazard lights off. So what I'm actually doing in this video, which you guys might be like, what are you, why, what the, why, who, what? So what I'm actually doing here, guys, is this is like, I don't know. Benedict came to me with an idea, and he's like, what if you did a video? And this is what I heard out of the conversation. I'll tell you what he kind of actually said. The way I took the conversation was, what if you would start a Plains and Simple episode and basically stay in the same piece of equipment the entire video? So I was like, that could be really fun, actually. So that's exactly what this is. This is fertilizing the whole time. That's what this is. So if you guys are not as interested maybe as you could be, I understand. Feel free to click it off. But if you guys are the slightest bit intrigued, if words weren't hard, you know, feel free to hit that like button, leave a awesome comment, and of course subscribe with notifications on. I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, what he actually meant was, say, you know, do this fertilizing job here on this field, but make like a super fast video for Instagram. Or even, no, I think he meant for YouTube. Like, really a fast video. Basically, like, this whole field in a minute. Well, with my editing program, I don't think I could actually go that fast. I'd have to render it out multiple times, which degrades the quality, like, bad. But it could be done. Don't get me wrong. It could definitely be done. And then I believe I told him, once he had kind of explained to me what he meant, because I heard what I wanted to hear, not what he said. You know, it was kind of one of those conversations. And, yeah, I told him that it would be kind of a cool Instagram video, not necessarily for YouTube. So, we might have to do that sometime. And, you know, that would be a good thing to do, like, on one of the other maps where, A, the fields are a little smaller, so you'd have less video to compress down. But B, you know, that's kind of the, I don't know. I just think that'd be kind of cool to do on one of the other maps. Throw it on Instagram, maybe put some funky music to it or something. Or something like that. And go from there. So my theory with this map, because we are on 3-stage fertilization, which is a thing. It is definitely a thing. So what we actually did is we used pellet fertilizer in the fall. Okay, pellet fertilizer in the fall, which is a thing, definitely a thing. They do it around here all the time. Actually, there's been a bunch of it going on here recently. End of October, early November, a bunch of, well, it's trace minerals, but you know, still fertilizer basically for next year. And so what you do is you put that down the fall. That's what we're doing on this map. We're putting that down the fall. Then, of course, we fertilize with the seeder, because that obviously puts down fertilizer at the same time. And then after it grows, and really doesn't matter if it's the first, words are hard yet again. It doesn't matter if it's the first growth stage or the last one, but basically to spray it down with our New Holland sprayer. Now, I don't know, it reminds me of kind of around here, because when the crop is about this tall, they would come in and spray for weeds. So you guys that are real farmers can kind of just pretend that, we're spraying for weeds, right? Something like that, wink wink. Or maybe pesticide, maybe we have Japanese beetles invading. Something like that, I don't know. Japanese beetles were terrible this year, by the way. Absolutely terrible. I don't think I covered it too much in the On the Farm series. I know I covered it a little bit in the On the Farm series, but not too much. They were horrendous this year. Probably the worst year we've had with them in, I want to say 7, 8 years probably. They were bad. Year before, nothing. Just like one or two, and that was it. This year was horrendous. They were just thick. Only at the farm, though. Here at home, never saw one. Out cutting grass during the summer, you know. My house, Casey's house, other people's houses, nothing. Not even a one. Here in town, now down in the country, that's where they were thick, lousy, just terrible. Just terrible. You know, watching this video back, which I believe this was about a 48 minutes or 58 minute, I think it was 48 minutes to actually do all this, or something like that. I'm not totally sure at this point, but it doesn't look like the video's in like high speed, because this fertilizer spreader only goes 7 miles per hour. The sprayer, I should say, only goes 7 miles an hour. So this video, to me, it doesn't look very sped up. It looks like what it maybe should look like when this thing's out spraying, you know, and not what it actually looks like when it's out spraying. Just saying. So it's kind of funny. I'm just like watching this back, like kind of chuckling to myself, like it doesn't really look sped up. Look at the windmill there in the background. This video's sped up. This video is definitely sped up. Don't worry. But it just looks kind of funny. So you can see we're making really good progress. This is, of course, our big field over here. Field 1. It is massive. Did I say it? Did I emphasize that enough? Massive. It's huge. Sorry, it's huge. It is a huge field, especially for a regular size map. This map is not 4X. This is a regular size, stock size map. So to have a field this big, really, all the fields are this big, or all the fields are pretty big. Even like my small little field 9 grass field down there, that's a decent sized field. Not gonna lie, that's not bad. That's not that bad of a size of a field, you know. Especially by the time we go around, well, this field twice with our end rows. What that does, the big thing, honestly, is it allows him to turn around so much faster, because he has the swing room and he's not worried about hitting anything and whatever else. I like doing end rows, rounds, whatever you want to call them. I don't know why. Oh, I turned my lines on because we're out. You notice we ran out right there. And then the warning just kept popping up over there, and it kind of got annoying, but I was like, we're just going to record. So I have my handy dandy tank sitting over here, just, you know, like I knew we were going to run out or something. I'm so good at this game, it hurts. I'm kidding, of course, I suck at this game. But anyway, I suck at every game. Just be real. So I turned the lines back on so I could kind of figure out where I was at, like I really needed them. I don't know why. But I was like, I'm going to turn those on because I don't need them, and then turn them back off. So that was one tank full of spray out of this field. Basically, well, technically it was over half the field, because by the time you go around and around, you got to think we've already done 2 passes on the north side of the field, and 2 passes once, or 2 on each end. That is, not 1 on each end, but 2 on each end. So that eats up quite a bit of spray, but that warning, it just keeps popping up over there. And it's like, I know I took care of it. I fixed it. But I was even like contemplating how to fix it, and I couldn't get it to fix. And it's like, well, okay, I guess we're just going to finish the video with the warning popping up. I guess. I don't know. Not really that big of a deal, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's kind of annoying. It is kind of annoying. So now that we are into episode 7 of the series, I guess it's time for me to talk about the Seasons mod. And, well, if you guys watch streams, the Snetterton Farm map, which actually by the time this video is coming out, we are no longer playing, but that wasn't because of the seasons, that's because of the DLC, of course. And we will work in maybe that sprayer from the DLC into this map. Something we'll work into this map. Probably the sprayer. That'd be a good one. Have 2 of these sprayers rolling. We can get the spraying done so much faster, especially as our farming operation expands. Wink, wink. It might have already expanded. You'll see it in the next couple videos. Just saying. Anyway, the Seasons mod. I am thoroughly enjoying the Seasons mod in this Let's Play. And I think it's very important for me to say, in this Let's Play, I am enjoying the Seasons mod. In multiplayer on Snetterton Farms, that map is awesome. That's a good map. It's a very solid map. It has big fields and small fields and hills and rivers and sawmills, and it's a good map. It's got a nice biogas plant. It's a good map. Of course, it's Stevie. You guys know I have a thing for Stevie maps. I'm going to like it no matter what, pretty much. In fact, I do. I don't dislike any Stevie maps. Anyway, I'm kind of a fanboy, in case you guys didn't know, in case it wasn't obvious enough. But basically, the Seasons mod for multiplayer, as far as a stream map, if it was just like a server and I didn't stream from it, it would probably be fine and I'd be okay playing it because it'd be a good time. But for multiplayer, for streaming, or even if we were trying to record it for YouTube, let's say, it would be horrendous. And it has been over on Snetterton Farm. I had a really good conversation with somebody that I'm not going to say who it was, but somebody who I look up to and I trust a lot with their opinion. And, you know, if they say, hey, you know, you need to change this, or have you thought about this? You know, I listen to this person, and this person knows who they are. And I'm not sure if this person watches this series or not, but you know who you are. And it got to the point where that person had a conversation. We were having a good conversation in TeamSpeak one day. And that narrows it down, by the way. It's somebody in TeamSpeak. But basically had a really good conversation with this person in TeamSpeak. And, you know, that map came up. And it's like, you know, that map progression is so slow for a stream. I've always felt like a stream map should be, I don't know, kind of, it should progress at a fairly aggressive rate. Because here's the thing with, especially when we stream a map one day a week for 5 hours. Most people are like, oh, how long are you guys going to play this map? Like, how many months are you guys going to play this map? And if it's on, say, hard, you could conceivably play some maps for months and months and months because you're only playing 5 hours a week. And a lot of the stream maps we don't play ahead, and if we do, it's very little, unless we have like poplars to plant or something silly like that. But for the most part, we don't play ahead on those maps. So we're playing those maps, let's even say 6 hours a week. Okay, we play 5 on stream, 1 hour off, which most of the time we don't even play an hour off stream. But basically, the Seasons mod slows the progression down on a map so much, especially in multiplayer, because you can only fast time to 60 times speed. You can't go to that 120 times. You can only go to 60. So it's not good for a stream. I feel like it's not good for streaming. So actually, if you guys don't watch the streams, the second to last week that we were playing that map, I kind of got fed up in the first part of the stream because we were sitting there for 20 minutes, and we literally didn't do anything. We sat there and looked at a cornfield because the cornfield wasn't ready because we could only fast time at 60 times speed. Now, yes, is that my fault for not going in the map and fast timing before the stream? Yes, absolutely. That's my fault. I didn't do that. But say we got, you know, the one cornfield ready. That doesn't mean the other fields are necessarily ready. Now, they were in that case, but depending on the crop, they might not be. So it's like, okay, we got to fast time another day. Well, when you can only go 60 times and you can't fast forward through the night like you can in single player with seasons, that takes forever. So I got fed up with it, honestly, during the stream, and I stopped the stream. Well, I didn't stop the stream, but I exited the stream, or exited the game, brought up my starting screen, which is me cutting grass at the farm, and went on the Very Games website and turned the Seasons mod off because I just got fed up with it. So for multiplayer, I'm not a fan. I will not run the Seasons mod probably ever again in multiplayer. Now, was it good to go ahead and try it and test it out, basically, and all that good stuff? Absolutely. Am I glad that we ran the Seasons mod on that map? Yeah, I am. Because it was a learning experience, if nothing else. You know, you always need to look at stuff as, what can I learn from this situation? What can I take away from this situation to make things better in the future? And I know for the future now that we will not play Seasons mod on a stream map. If they wanted, or if we decide in the future to bring back, say, an open server, which we are not at this point going to have an open server. But if we decided sometime in the future to do that, which is not out of the realm of possibility, but we would have to, I'd have to get kind of commitments from people that they're going to be in there. But, you know, if they wanted Seasons, I would put Seasons on. Because the whole thing with the open server, ever since I kind of quote-unquote took over Pumaplow, or whatever you want to call it, I don't like to make decisions for the open server. Basically, if enough people come to me in TeamSpeak and say, hey, you know, I've been talking to some of the other people, blah, 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 we would like a server. Okay, cool, let's do it. What map do you guys want? What mods do you want? Send me a link with everything. I'll upload it to the server. Look at the server going in a couple days. But then the only decision I really like to make is okay, we're turning it off because nobody's in it. And that's the problem. That's why we don't have an open server at this point. Because frankly, I'm going to be honest here. There's too many games. There's too many games. The average day in our TeamSpeak, you know, it started, obviously, it was a farm sim TeamSpeak. You joined the TeamSpeak when you were going to join the server. That's pretty much the only reason people were in there. But it has become such an awesome, fantastic, caring group of individuals that I'm super proud that I'm kind of like the one that assembled it in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of. I don't take full credit for it, but kind of. You can go in there and you can hear people talking about like 4 different games at a time. And not saying that it's never farm sim, but there's too many other games that everybody's playing. So that's the whole problem with the open server, you know, and we're not going to necessarily attract a bunch of new people unless some of the veterans are in there. Because if the veterans are in there, people that, you know, maybe you guys know from the streams, if they're in the map, then other people are likely to A, join the map, and B, stay in the map and become part of the TeamSpeak community and fit in with the group and everything. And all that kind of good stuff. So if you guys are interested in the TeamSpeak, maybe you have never joined it or whatever, if you're over 14, head on over to Pumaplow.com. I would put a link in the description, but we talked about that in the last video, why I'm not going to do that. Pumaplow.com, you can find our TeamSpeak information on there. And Like I said, you do have to be over 14. That's like our biggest rule that we have. That's all. It's very simple. Don't be a know-it-all. That should be another rule, because that's very true. And have fun, be respectful, have a good time. That's about the gist of the rules, is be respectful, over 14, and have fun. Because what's the point if you're not having fun, right? All right, so there you go. Both of our crop fields are tillable soil, because we're not tilling our grass field, obviously. At least not yet. Maybe in the future. You never know. Both of our fields are done. We are going to head back over here and fill up our sprayer. Gonna go ahead and fill her up off the trailer. And I'm going to say thank you guys so much for watching another Plains and Simple map. Make sure you guys hit that like button for more. Subscribe with notifications on if you have not already done so. I'm going to continue to butcher outros. You guys have a great day. And as always, toodles.